Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you, and welcome. So today we're going to dive into a really beautiful and I think profound idea. The divine guidance isn't just a random set of stories. It's actually a single unbroken chain that stretches all the way through the generations, designed to keep us connected to a consistent, loving message.
It's a question that's really worth asking, isn't it? Do prophets just sort of appear at random moments in history, or is there a system to it all, a divine architecture? Well, the source material we're looking at today suggests it is absolutely the latter, a grand connected plan. And it all starts with a figure we know so well.
Okay, let's get right into it. We're starting with the prophet Noah, or Nuh, peace be upon him. Now this verse is our way in. It's not just telling us about a historical event, it's actually setting up a principle, a foundational pattern for how divine help and guidance really work. Yeah, see, this is what's so interesting. Noah's story is way more than just an ark and a flood, right? It's a masterclass in perseverance against literally all odds. The crucial part here is the direct link between his sincere call that he called and the immediate divine response, so we responded. This story basically establishes a timeless rule. When your faith is sincere and you're patient, deliverance will come. And, most importantly for what we're talking about, it sets Noah up as a key link in a much longer chain of guidance.
And this right here, this is where the whole picture just gets so much bigger. After setting up that pattern with Noah, God tells us it wasn't a one-and-done deal. The guidance was actually embedded into his lineage, into all the future generations. This verse really shifts our focus from one prophet's struggle to the creation of a whole lasting system.
And this illustrates that system perfectly. I like to think of it like a divine relay race. It all starts with a sincere call from a prophet, someone like Noah. That call is always met with a divine response, but the baton doesn't get dropped. God then purposefully places the potential for prophecy and holy books right there, within their descendants. This makes sure that future messengers can carry that same core message forward, creating a totally unbroken chain for all of humanity to follow. It's systematic, you see, not sporadic.
And now we get to the final, really crucial piece of the puzzle. This next verse builds on this idea of a continuous system by answering two huge questions. First, who exactly are these messengers? And second, how are we supposed to access their message? The answer we get is direct, it's clear, and honestly, it's incredibly empowering.
So the key takeaway here is their humanity. The messengers weren't angels, they weren't demigods, they were men. And this is so important. Why? Well, because it makes their example relatable. It makes their struggles understandable and their triumphs feel achievable. They walked this earth, they faced challenges, and they showed us how to live a life of faith from right inside our own human experience. Their guidance isn't some distant supernatural ideal. It's a practical, accessible path for us.
And here's the second part of that empowerment. The message isn't some secret code. It's not hidden away for just a select few. The verse gives us a direct command. If you don't know, then ask. Ask the people of the message, those who have knowledge of the scriptures. This just goes to show that knowledge is meant to be sought out, it's meant to be shared and passed on. Guidance is totally accessible through learning and just asking.
Okay, so let's tie this all together. What have we really learned from these verses? First, divine guidance is a continuous, generational system. It's not random. Second, the pattern for success, which we see with Noah, is steadfast faith that leads to a sincere call. Third, the messengers were human, which makes their teachings so relevant and practical for us. And finally, the truth isn't hidden away. It's available to anyone who sincerely looks for it in the scriptures and by asking those who know.
And this brings us to our final thought. The source material lays out this beautiful, unbroken chain of guidance that stretches all the way through time. It's such a powerful and reassuring idea. So the question it leaves us with is a really personal one. In our own time, right here, right now, how do we connect to that chain? What is our link? Definitely something to reflect on. Thank you so much for joining me. Peace be upon you.